Welcome back, everybody.
Welcome back. I'm gonna find out if we have iron golems or. And yes, I know that they're probably not gonna die in my little death pool I gave them. We'll fix that. We just need them to spawn first. So when are you gonna start getting back to normal? Now that Corona's over.
Once there's a vaccine.
So in 5 years or so.
No, probably in a year.
That's what
I
they
don't
say.
plan on doing anything outside the ordinary, though, until there's vaccines. There's a creeper coming towards you. Well, we tried to stop it.
I saw you aim because I didn't know where the creeper was at, and then I heard him hiss, and I was just like, dive slightly to the left of your arrow.
Yeah, I foresee there being a phase two. Nothing's gonna change in my life anytime soon.
So the DC Convention Center is not opening until at least Friday. So on Thursday afternoon, they're going to make a decision on if they're going to open or not at all this weekend.
You mean the
I'm
hospital beds in there?
yes
Okay,
to actually take patients.
right.
So because I was there again on Monday, helping do like training for the orientees and things like that. But I'm completely guessing that the numbers in DC right now just look like there's no way it's going to open right now. But they're keeping it ready for phase two if phase two comes.
Hmm.
So I'm really wondering
Yeah, our
how many
numbers are
more
still
cases
growing
are
in
going
North
to be
Carolina
added.
as we reopen. And I mean, you've seen,
They're still
the numbers
growing,
were, yeah,
like growing.
like
So
more cases today than there were yesterday.
okay, so growing is different than rate of growth. Is your rate of growth still down?
What do you mean?
So you might have like 550 cases yesterday, and you have 552 today.
No, yeah, like yesterday, like I said, new cases. Like let's say yesterday we had one new case. Today we have two new cases.
Oh, so your number of new cases is increasing.
Right.
So that's against what the CDC regulations are for reopening.
Right. But I mean, as long as you pay the people the right thing, they can
Oh,
change the numbers.
sure. But DC, apparently, there was an article today that they're like 6 days away right now from actually meeting criteria for reopening. Like our net new cases, the rate
Uh-huh.
has dropped over the last like 11 or not 11 days because it was 14 days. So 14 minus
That's
6,
good.
8 days or whatever. So yeah. No, our numbers are finally they're looking good right now, but we're still in the same like lockdown period. We're
Mhm.
still on stay-at-home orders. Like we haven't opened things back up.
We're on phase one, which is just the same as. So here's the thing about this area: the stay-at-home order never fucking did anything. Like no one ever wore masks around here. No one really stayed at home. I mean, they weren't allowed to go places like mall or haircuts because they weren't open. But every place that was open has been fucking packed since it happened. Like I've not noticed any. In fact, I've noticed an increase every time I pass my grocery store. I used to go to the grocery store about almost every day because I would look for meat that was marked down for quick. So I'd just pop in, walk to the back of the store, check. If it wasn't there, I'd leave. And I had a parking spot basically that I parked in, and it's right there at the front of the fucking store because there was hardly anyone ever there. Since this happened, since the stay-at-home order passed, every single time I pass that grocery store, the parking lot is full, and I don't remember seeing it full before this pandemic. Like
So
my Discord could not believe that we're still out of things like meat and eggs and flour and yeast and just you fucking name it. Our shelves are bare, and no one's like that's not true. It can't be true. It's not true here. It can't be true there. So I started taking pictures to share with people because they don't believe me.
oh, you took
And
those pictures before, and you're just
just
sharing them.
carry around carry around a daily newspaper when I go. But so yeah, I took pictures just to share. Like, here's where the eggs go. There's nothing here. I didn't go around taking pictures everywhere because I was one of the only people in the whole fucking place wearing a mask. So I was already getting looks. Today I had a doctor appointment about my sleep apnea, so I went to the doctor and do the thing, which was for one thing a complete fucking waste of my time. I could have done I literally went to the doctor and I get there, fill out a questionnaire, which I could have done on the online. You know how they send those things to your whatever your healthcare provider's chart online system is. I'm sure there's like 50 fucking thousand different ones.
Your portal.
Yeah, basically. Mine's called My Chart. Anyways, so and that's the thing. They'd already sent me two questionnaires on there before I went to this doctor, and I filled them all out. And when I get there, she's like, "Did you do the questionnaire?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I did the questionnaire." She's like, "Can I have it?" And I'm like,
You're like, I didn't print it out to bring it to you.
"Yeah." I was like, "No, I submitted it on my chart." And she's like, "Oh, no, we don't send our questionnaires on my chart." And I'm like, I didn't say anything, but I was like, "Why the fuck not?"
At the finest.
Because like I did 2 questionnaires, and then she has me answer all these questions, which I'm used to answering now. You know, have you been in contact being COVID, blah blah blah. But I filled this fucking questionnaire out, the exact questionnaire she was filling out last night before I went, answering those questions. But whatever, I don't have a problem. I'll answer your questions. And then I get this 3-page thing about my sleep habits, and I fill that out. Do I need to go away too? Where you going?
I don't have any idea. Like, I'm trying.
See,
to
we were
out.
here when that first one spawned, though.
And that's what I thought. And that's why I was just gonna kind of like take a loop around the island and then come back. Because we didn't change anything with the villagers, and we just have a new zombie. Like,
right,
bamboo hurts. I thought I'd fly through it.
So anyways, so I fill out my chart thing. I go back there. I see the nurse. She texts my blood pressure and all this stuff. She leaves. Doctor comes in. Doctor says, "What do you want to do?" And I said, "Well, I want to sleep right." And he goes, "All right, well, we need to do a sleep study." And I go, "Yeah, I know." And he goes, "Well, we'll have someone call and schedule one." All right, see you later.
That was it.
So that's it. So I'm like, why the fuck did I have to come into the goddamn doctor today to hear this? Like, I had to
heart stuff.
Do what?
Heart stuff.
I do have. I have multiple problems. Whenever I went and found a new primary care doctor, we basically went over all my problems, and so we're addressing all of my problems, not just my heart problems. I went away and I come back now. Anything happened?
Yeah, well, no, I'm trying to check and see if they have like all that food still in the chest. See if that's anything.
Yeah, it's true. We did give them.
Those 2 guys do. This guy will let me get in his fucking barrel. In your barrel. Whoa. God, I can crouch in here. That scared the crap out of me because I was not expecting that. I forgot. Yeah, they all have that food still in the barrel. I guess maybe leave this perimeter around and see if anything spawns on it.
Something to spawn on?
Yeah, I don't know.
So yeah, that's like that was I totally could have done all of that over the phone. Like meanwhile I had to like Chris had to take off at work early because like I don't know if I talked to you about this, but she's back at work full time.
You did, yeah.
Now this stuff's over. So like our custody schedules, we've changed it completely during this. So my daughters have to go to daycare. So I have her all weekdays. So like she got off work early. I met her if I went to the doctor and all this, and I just felt like, well, this is a complete fucking waste of my time. Anyways, so I left the doctor, right? So that part of the story really wasn't that important. I'm just frustrated with that, so I wanted to share that experience with you as well. So I go and get out in my car, and I'm sitting there thinking, well, all right, should I go to Costco today? Because now that I have my daughter all weekdays, like I don't really like going to Costco on the weekends because it's super hectic and shit. I prefer going on like a Wednesday or a Tuesday. And so I thought, well, maybe I should go today. So I'm sitting there in my car and I'm like reading Discord on my phone and just sitting there hanging out. I was probably there for like 20 minutes, honestly, just trying to decide what I was going to do, if I was going home or whatever. And I'm sitting there and suddenly someone knocks on my window of my car. And it's this old guy and he's wearing his American flag face mask.
It says go.
And I don't know. Probably not. He seemed like a nice guy. But we'll get to that. So he knocks on my window and I'm just like, this is literally a fucking nightmare for me. Like I've literally been having dreams about being in public places with people who are too close to me and shit like that. Like, so like this whole thing is giving me like anxiety, honestly. Like I needed more anxiety, but, I shoo the man. I give him the like shoo gesture with my left hand, like go away, shoo shoo. And he points at his mask, like it's okay.
Magic.
Yeah. And I'm just like, what the fuck? And so I'd already taken my mask off when I got back in the car.
He was
and
actually telling you in your car. He's like, "Where's your fucking mask, asshole?" That's
right.
That's what he was saying through the window. He's like, "You see this mask? Where's yours?"
Right. Well, yeah, I didn't know. I was like, what could this guy need that is so urgent that we're going to risk our fucking health to speak to each other? Like, it must be something super important. And by the way, it's raining too. It's not like it's a fucking nice day and he's hanging out there in the 60-degree weather. It's coming down. And he's just standing there knocking on my window and pointing at his mask. And so, all right, I'm like, well, fuck, I guess I gotta talk to this guy. So I put my mask on, but like, I don't have one that just goes over your ears because Crystal sewed one for me. So I have to like tie it behind my head and shit. So this was like a 1 minute process of putting this fucking mask on, tying it behind my head. It's got 2 different straps. So tying one, tying the other. If you don't put it in a bow, it doesn't stay tight. So like, it takes a minute. So I do all this and I roll down the window and I shit you not, this guy goes, I like Beetles. Is the engine still in the back or is it in the front? And I just want to scream at this guy like, this was your help.
So I feel like better about this story because I feel this is a guy who is like yearning to get back to normalcy in some way and trying to do it in like the only way he knows how.
He about gave me a damn panic attack. When I tell this story, I'm sweating, and I sweated whenever this happened to me in real life today. Like I just broke out in a sweat. Like, what do I do? What do I do? What do I do? What do I do? I guess I got to deal with this guy. And so I answer his fucking question. So I'm like, at that point, I'm just like, well, fuck it. We're masked up, and we're in. So let's go. So I tell man the history of when the Beetle moved its fucking engine.
We're tip to tip at this point, buddy. Let's just talk.
Yeah,
the damage has been done.
So yeah, it blew my mind.
I really thought like when I said that and your reaction that you were gonna say that he was yelling at you about not wearing your mask in the car, and that would have just like set me off because that's fucking ridiculous shit.
Right.
But it would also have been hilarious just because you've had both sides of it of a guy telling you that you're a pussy for wearing a mask.
Right.
And then a guy telling you, like, why are you not wearing it in an enclosed vehicle by yourself?
Right.
I think that would have been greater now.
Yeah.
That was the case.
Just blew my mind, though. I can't believe he stood there in the rain waiting for me to put this fucking mask on.
So I will tell you that so the DC Convention Center from me it's like a mile and a half. Like it's less than a mile and a half, like between 1.2 and 1.5 miles down the road. So when I have to go there, I've decided to take the DC bike share. And because I'm way out of shape, and it's like a way I can actually like try to get in shape again. I realized how out of shape I am when I bike a mile and a half and I don't stop sweating for like 45 minutes when I get there. I don't know how people bike to work. I will tell you that because
I want to get to work and be fresh, you know?
Jesus Christ, I'm wearing my like business casual clothes. It's a mile and a half down the street. I feel great when I get there and I walk in the building and it's just sweat that will not stop. And I literally like got up to some people and I had to guide them on where to put like the computers and stuff that we needed to get set up for our workstation to be able to like do
they probably thought this man's sick.
The one guy like looked at me and he's like, "Do you need to sit down because you're like really sweating?" And I was like, "No, I'm fine. I just biked here." And he's like, "I'm gonna keep my eye on you and make sure." Like I guess that's how much I was profusely sweating, and I felt fine. Like I didn't feel like I was dying or anything like that. But I sweat a lot, and it just shows how much I sweat. I don't know how anybody can fucking bike to work and then walk into their office and be like all fresh and clean because that's fucking ridiculous. Like I was just like, it was nonstop. I knew that I sweat a lot because I'd biked there last week and I sweat for a little while. It didn't seem as bad as this last time. Granted, it was cooler than it was this last time. So I brought like a little hand towel with me just in case, and I threw it around my neck when I got off the bike to like wipe it, thinking I would just wipe it from my face and my neck and walk in the building and be fine. And it just didn't fucking stop. So I don't know how people do it and like go to work and like feel like they're fine.
Yeah.
But I when I go on my bike, I wonder if people, because when I walk down the street to the bike share to pick it up, I don't wear a mask. I have it with me, but I'm not wearing it because I'm about to get on a bicycle.
Yeah.
And I don't plan on wearing it on the bike. Granted, both times when I left the convention center from wearing the mask all day, I got on the bike and realized like part of the way home that I'm like, man, it's hard to breathe. Like, shit, I still got my mask on. Like, pull the mask off because it fucking sucks to bike with it. Though I see a lot of bikers biking with masks. But I wonder if the people I pass on the street are like, what a fucking asshole for not, wearing a mask around here. And
I wish people had just a fucking sliver of that mentality here.
I think I can't say everybody I pass wears a mask, but 90% of them are. And the ones that don't, it's funny because I don't know if DC is all of a sudden super courteous or what, but the ones that aren't wearing a mask, except for the random homeless person that you pass that clearly has been like drinking, who don't, I'm not saying they do anything wrong, they just don't seem to care as much. They just kind of keep walking on the sidewalk without their mask, like they don't care because they're drunk and, you know, clearly like not having a good place to stay. Nor like the people who clearly have housing and all that stuff all worked out
Oh,
on the street, who aren't
it's
wearing.
experiencing homelessness, Jeff.
It's
By the way,
God damn it, you're right. They're experiencing homelessness. But the people who are not experiencing homelessness, who are walking without a mask, like you can tell when they see somebody else coming on them, they almost look like they're shy and afraid, like, oh crap, I'm not wearing a mask. And
Man, I took a drink of water right as you said,
I was
and they
like, what?
see someone coming on them.
Yes, and they see someone coming on them. By that time, they close their mouth and wish they were
Yeah,
wearing
it's like,
a mask.
well, I would react too if you started coming out.
No, but most of those people, we usually like clear off the sidewalk, and the sidewalk remains empty as we pass each other because we're both on opposite sides of like the sidewalk. It's like that courteous
Right.
thing is just like, okay, like we'll stay far away from each other as we pass and like move on with life.
That's good.
Yeah, it seems to be a quite courteous crowd in the area that I'm dealing with.
When I went to the grocery store last week, I had to go to get greens for the bunny, because he got his vasectomy, and he was gonna stay here the whole, even whenever my daughter went to her mom's for the weekend. And so I'd stopped after I dropped her off on Friday. I went and went to the grocery store to get greens for him. And not only was no one, I saw 3 people wearing a mask total in the whole fucking store. No employees or anyone like that has ever worn a mask since I've been going there. But not only that, whenever this started, they set up the fucking aisles where there's like wrong way and right way, and there's tons of signs like
Dude,
the whole way down.
we don't have that here, by the way.
Really?
Yeah, it's weird because I've been to Ohio a couple times, going there again this weekend to visit the family, and they have the aisles. We have not set up any aisles in DC that of any store that I've been to that are one way or not. It's just a kind of a free for all. But
Well, it's still a free for all here. That's what I was gonna say. Like, I'm so frustrated because not only like what you're talking, people getting out of your fucking way. Like, I'm going down the aisles the right way. In fact, I want to get something from the aisle, but like I know I have to go down this maze to get to where I want to go because I have to go past the aisle because I don't need to go down this aisle or this aisle. You know what I'm saying? So like the aisle I do need to go on, I'm now on the wrong side to go up it the right way. So like I have to go all the way down one aisle to go back up. Meanwhile, everyone else is just going wherever the fuck they want. And like then they're looking at me because I'm the guy in the mask for one thing. And then like I'm trying to go and they're like, you know, what do we do? And I'm like, I'm gonna keep looking at these fucking signs and looking at them, looking at the signs, looking at them, like blows my mind. I'm so mad about all of this.
so I think we might have talked about this recently. Outside, you've been in my house before. What you haven't been here for is they've since changed the structure of the road, where it's not 2 lane on one side and 1 lane on the other anymore. Now it's 1 lane on each side, and then a row of parked cars, and then a protected bicycle lane on both sides of the road.
Oh, that's wild.
So it's nice for bicyclists because they have like literally a bicycle lane that's protected by a row of parked cars,
Right.
which is nice for them. But they've done this, and still, I'll be walking down the sidewalk and have people start ringing the bell and be like, on your left. And you don't know how many times I've looked at them and been like, there's a fucking bike lane.
Yeah.
And they just look at you like you're the asshole for getting mad at them for being on the road. And I will say, since biking to the convention center, I follow the bike lane where there's a bike lane, but sometimes the bike lane is just adjoined with the road. And I don't mean it's a separate, it's like bikes are allowed to be in this lane with cars. Like they have it marked out that bikes can also be in this lane. And what it's supposed to signify is that the cars, you have to treat the bicyclist like they're a vehicle.
Right.
I will get off of that when it's really busy and it seems dangerous to me and get onto the sidewalk. And a lot of people do, and I see that. I'm talking a completely separated bike lane that's only for bicyclists that people are still on the sidewalk. And I'm just like, what the fuck is wrong with you? Like you're beeping at me with your little horn, like your little ring ring, and telling me on your left. And when I'm going with my double wide stroller because I'm pushing 2 kids down the sidewalk because you don't want to get in the lane that's 3 feet next to you.
It's made for you.
The whole thing doesn't make sense to me. People baffle me. So I completely understand that people would not really give 2 shits about the direction you're supposed to go to a grocery store.
just pisses me off.
I mean, you
And one of the people, it was an elderly woman and probably her daughter or something, and they were both wearing masks, and they went through the whole store the wrong way. I watched them do it.
You've been to IKEA, right?
No, there's not an IKEA anywhere near
You
me,
never been
actually.
to one? So IKEAs are set up in like they basically force you to walk the entire store around. Like you come in an entrance and then it's like one lane that goes around all the sections of the store before it
Really?
gets you to the exit. Like there's ways in the ones that I've only been to two in my life. One in Michigan and one here in DC area. There's ways to cut through if you really know what you're doing, but they designed the whole store to basically force you buy everything, which is a great business design.
Yeah.
But people seem to follow that for the most part pretty well because, like, once you go past something, unless you're going back because you're like, oh, I didn't make a decision on this, you have to go through it all. So there's
Right.
nobody really going the wrong direction unless they have a reason to go the wrong direction.
That's how I do Costco. Honestly, I have a path I take in Costco, and I go through the entire store every time I go.
What makes you pick the path that you go on then? Just the first time you did it, that was the way?
Yeah, yeah,
So I will say we always start on, and ours is on the right. And it's like you walk in by the TVs and stuff. And
yeah,
you go down that, and then on your left is that big section of clothes in the middle. And sometimes I'll look
yeah.
to see if they have dress pants because they actually have really nice, like, business casual dress pants. But we'll get, like, things from there or, like, batteries on that section. And we'll take that straight on down to the place with the chicken, the deli counter, the bread.
Yeah.
And we'll kind of loop from there into.
Is your veggies? I've been there with you.
You were
I
there
think
with
yours
me.
is slightly
right.
different. But I don't think your fruits in the corner over there where because for
No.
mine where the bread is at when you're looking at the bread to the right of you is like the cooler for just fruits.
Oh no, ours is definitely more centralized to the rest of that food because you get the one. I don't think we have a cooler for fruits actually because you have the cooler. One cooler all of a sudden is right there for like vegetables. So it's got like the broccoli, the carrots, this and that, and one.
Yeah, our
cooler.
fruit is mixed in there with it. It's
Oh,
like
yeah, we
right
don't have-
outside of that door is like the fruit that doesn't need to be refrigerated, but then like stuff like strawberries, raspberries, blueberries, all
I
that
guess
stuff
so.
is in there.
Yeah, maybe it's the same then, but it's in a different, slightly different spot because
Yeah,
it's not. On
I
the
think
corner.
where like our milk and stuff, because our milk and stuff is nowhere near that. It's like central of the store. I think that's where all of that shit for you is.
Basically, our milk is basically next to that, but you can't get to it from that same wall. It's like you got to walk around the corner to the right to get to the entrance to the milk cooler,
Right.
but all the coolers are there. But that leads you to the very back of the store where there's the bottled water, and then that whole left side of the store that you're now in the back of starts the grocery section essentially. And so we'll loop from there back and forth on the aisles we need up to the front of the store to the pharmacy. Like that's our Costco path.
Gotcha. So I actually skip the electronics. I don't normally go into the electronics, and I don't go into like where the coffee makers and that sort of shit's at. I just skip that whole section. I do go into the clothes section like you talked about, but I've stopped doing that. I was buying clothes for my daughter mostly, and the quality is shit. Like those are the only clothes I've had that have fallen apart.
Dude, I am wearing some Costco dress pants right now, and they're amazing. I bought Costco clothes other than these dress pants that are shitty, but these are like nice.
Like I bought a bunch of stuff one time for us to go to Disney. Like it was like a dress and all that stuff. The dress fell apart
And what'd you buy for your
before
daughter?
the end of the day. What's that?
And what'd you buy for your daughter?
Yeah. And like pajamas too, and those fell apart. Like everything I've bought for her, clothes wise, like comes apart at the seams and stuff. So I've stopped buying clothes there at all. But I always look at the books and stuff, which I read a guide recently about like what to and not to buy at Costco, and it says that books are a bad deal because you could always get them cheaper. But a lot of times they have these really big box sets that I've never seen anywhere else. And that's what I get for like Christmas and stuff like that. Yeah.
So
But yeah, for the food, I just like go down the same thing every time.
I will tell you about this problem that we have down here. This guy in front of me, he did not go to sleep last night.
Really?
The other two villagers did. He did not. He sat here doing this pacing thing all night. And I'm wondering if there's something. Is he still being aggroed by this guy? Do we need to block this in like one more? Like, do we need to? Did we have something in front of the wooden doors last time? Didn't I put a block in front of him? Well, didn't I put a block in front of him too?
I don't think so. We could try it.
I Is there
Like that.
something that's making this guy aggro? Or I put half slabs around. I did do that. Hold on.
I don't remember that, but I don't remember a lot of things.
Yeah, I did, and I wonder. Ow! He's still aggroing me. Can you? Hey, hey, follow.
I think he's focused on this villager. What if I block it where he can't see the villager?
I can't put a half slab there. Yeah, he must be focused on this villager, and
But I mean, I thought you wanted them to be focused on the villager, right? Isn't that what makes the golem spawn?
oh god, oh god.
Did you get it in there?
No, I got 2 around it. Yeah, I'm not 100% sure, but I do know I did put a. Oh god, I just put a. Oh, I opened the gate. Oh god, okay, he went back. I opened the gate and he went back. Is this blocked? Here, can you back up a little bit? Let me put this here. Let me open this.
I was
gate.
trying to get him to aggro me.
Will he move a little forward your way? Is this just no?
No, he's shaking his head. No, no, I'm not.
I mean, maybe we can just, I don't know, leave it like this. Because I did put blocks around it, I forgot. If we leave it like this, will that guy be calm now? I was saying maybe leave the full block on that one side, just so he can't see that villager. Because I do think it has something to do with this villager. And the fact that I cannot get him at all to move slightly to the side so I can... The second I open this gate, he walks right over there. And he does not go far enough that way for me to get a block in here.
I wonder if I hit him. I'm scared of killing him though.
If you hit him with not, he's got armor on. So if you hit him with like a stone,
I hit him with my sword once. I wish I could see his health.
Yeah, he just does not move far enough.
No.
Can I hold on? Yeah, he can jump if I. No, he can't jump if I do this. I push him.
Just break the blocks in the. Oh wait, no, he'll leave, won't he?
Just push him from the corner.
Oh wait, no, he won't leave if you do that. If you.
Which block are you breaking?
This one right here above his head.
Oh yeah, he probably can't jump on that.
You could hit me there.
Yeah, he hit you once already. Can you walk to the other side now? Will he follow you?
Nope. He does not care about me.
He's in just the wrong spot here. Oh wait, I pushed
you
him.
did it.
I pushed him. Got it. Okay. Okay.
Nice.
Let's
All right, get this over here too before he moves.
do what?
The half slab over here.
Oh, I had it there. Oh, good.
Yeah, I moved it so I could get in there.
Okay.
Get him to move or care about me.
Just in case.
Okay.
So, well, we already know the Iron Golem's gonna kill him if he goes in here. Why do we put this floor back?
Oh well, I put the floor back to see if an iron golem would spawn.
Well, can we
can
just can we get a ring around him?
Yeah.
Because then the Iron Golem shouldn't be able to get him, right? He probably still can though.
I don't think you could reach him from over here.
Yeah, over here should be fine. I just wonder now if we're in the same spot where he won't spawn, but I'm curious if that villager is going to go to sleep. It is nighttime already, right? Oh, no, not quite.
Not quite. None of them have gone to sleep yet.
Yeah, because the other two slept, and I watched that guy just like dance on his bed and pace back and forth the whole time.
Right.
I forgot that I put those up, and I do think he had blocks up. I don't have the video up in front of me right now.
I'm watching this one that you said slept. See when he goes to sleep.
I can't tell if it's like almost night or what because it's raining.
The sun is definitely going down, I think.
Okay.
Have you gone to Costco since they require everyone to wear masks?
No, I haven't been there since the wife left.
Huh?
And I keep talking about going there just to get gas. I haven't even gone over there for that.
So I get my gas at Harris Teeter, and they do this thing where every time you fill a prescription, for every 2 prescription you fill, you get 10 cents off your per gallon of gas. Or you can get points if you shop in the store, but I don't shop at that store. It used to be Kroger that would do that, but now it's Harris Teeter. So my grandma, I've moved all her prescriptions there. So basically, at the end of the month, I get $1 off per gallon of gas. Well, the other day I filled up, and it was 56 cents a gallon,
Jesus
basically,
Christ.
because I got the dollar off, and the gas was only $1.56.
One guy's asleep.
This guy's not. But yeah, that was the cheapest damn fill up I've ever done in my life. Could it be that this torch is blocking his bed? Maybe
I don't
no.
know. Like, because he slept, but I didn't change anything with them since the last time this iron golem spawned. The only thing I wonder is, I don't know how villages changed. Do villagers have a thought process of you if you, like, kill a golem?
Huh. I don't know.
I don't know
We did
either.
murder that golem in
We
cold
did, we
blood, didn't
did,
we?
we did murder him. And that one dude is still pacing. Oh,
Well, that
God.
one over here is pacing too now.
Oh, God. Did we piss them all off?
Well, if that's the case, they wouldn't trade with us, right? This guy will trade with me.
I don't know.
Oh, this one's in bed now. Huh, if you right click on him, you wake his ass up. Hulk his
Fisherman
ass up.
novice. I mean, he says he'll trade with me, but I don't have stuff to try to trade with him. He is still pacing like a crazy man, though.
Yeah, this one wasn't bad, but I right clicked on him, it woke him up, and now he's just pacing too.
What if I just, like, cover him? Like,
Just cover him.
Put to
Pretend he's
sleep.
not there.
Go to sleep, Mr. Man. Go to sleep.
It's dark. It's like a parrot. It's dark. Bedtime.
Oh, he's in. He's in bed.
Huh. You might need to cover this man over here too then.
Wait, but didn't you say he was down?
He was, but he got up because I
Oh,
talked
well,
to
whether he
him.
gets up or not. Like, we know he will sleep, right? This
Oh,
guy,
yeah, I
I
guess
haven't seen him sleep yet.
But maybe they all need to sleep to make a thing happen, is what I'm thinking. I don't actually know. This is all. Oh, he got back in bed. It's fine.
He sleep. They sleep.
Okay,
Sleep
let's go
now.
sleep. And then see if golems spawn in the day.
It's okay. I know everybody who... we're just kidding. We know exactly how all this stuff works. So all you guys in the comments saying, no, it works like this. We know. We know. We know exactly.
We're just giving
how
you
it works.
entertaining content here.
Exactly. Like, we actually wrote this game. Gave it to Mojang a long time ago. Like, that's how it is.
It's now Mojang Studios.
I know. They changed their name so hardcore. They're crazy. Ow. They're awake. I don't see any golems yet. Ow. God, I'm glad that one spawned, because otherwise I think that Buffers was just trolling us the whole time.
Right. Well, we've had two, in fact.
Oh, was there two?
Oh, didn't we kill the first one that
I don't
spawned?
know. I don't think we killed him. Once he killed the zombie, we were like,
Oh, okay. Huh. I thought that there would have been. I guess not, though.
I guarantee Buffers is looking at his screen, like screaming at the simple little thing that I'm not doing.
Well, nothing really changed other than us trapping another zombie after it worked once.
That's the only, and the floor.
Right.
Granted, we put the floor back, and it still
Right.
didn't happen. But that one zombie village, or that one villager, was still like terrified. So I don't know. Maybe we just wait.
Yeah.
And get
Well,
comments.
we'll see if it comes in the next episode, I guess.
All right, guys. Wish us luck.
Thanks for watching.
See ya.